different communities that are exchanging ideas, wisdom, knowledge in material. So all of these communities are exchanging all of this through conversations, not in script, not in any other form. There is no school, nobody is holding meetings to particularly talk about all of this. It's all day-to-day life. Like for us, for us in the cities, a potter's profession is, or a potter's pottery is seen in a segregated or separately as a art form. But then in a village it becomes a thing, because a simple thing where your day-to-day needs are met through potters' hands, things made out of potters' hands. So it's not necessarily we try to seek it, or someone tries to seek it, particularly going to him and talking about it. He communicates it when he sits down with his friends from other communities. And there's an interesting thing in India where there are communities who are basically collecting the histories of these individual communities, other individual communities, for example, of potters, of blacksmiths, or someone else. So they're collecting these histories, the stories of them, the family trees, and they're narrating them elsewhere as well, in the neighboring villages, in the villages ahead. And so it's again one form of storytelling. And when they come to their homes to talk about these stories, this so happens that there are other people who are listening to it as well. And then that's one form of transferring histories of certain communities, their activities, the materials, ecology they deal with. So this goes on like this. And then the other forms of knowledge transfer in a village are through day-to-day conversations across a tea, across farm works. There's many songs around when you're planting trees, when you're planting grains. There are many songs when you are actually using a chakki. So these are very intelligently embedded into our daily lives, that there's no stress in, or there's no effort to be put into understanding a fellow villager's work, their art, crafts, and everything around it. So, and again, it's not necessary you're a son of a potter to understand pottery. It's also interesting the other communities are as much as well aware as a person in the community, the potter's community itself. So again, doing it hands-on is a different thing, but acknowledging what other communities' needs are and accommodating them, or exchanging materials for that matter, is something that becomes normal and very well blended in villagers' life, that there's no planning separately done for it. So for us coming from outside to learn all of this, it is not easy to understand this well interlaced knowledge system. So spending more time is one way to even to start with, to interpret little few things about an artisan's life. And hands-on would be even better for especially people like us who don't understand a lot of things necessarily, for we have not seen them. For a fellow villagers to understand a potter's life and what do they do on daily basis, where do they get their soil from, is kind of simple to acknowledge. And the same thing for us would be very difficult, because we are not grown in the landscape that they are bringing the soil from. Where do they get from? What's the kind of time it takes? So spending more time and hands-on is few things to start with, where we could gradually interpret a villager's life and an artisan's life and his activities and how he's interdependent on other communities. Interdependency is not a fair word. It's part and parcel of the circular economy, ecology. That's well set, very organic.